and so mind-numbingly fucking
that would be
stupid.
a horrible way to use the internet. Incredibly immoral.
I really
and
hope,
damaging.
like, surely
still be the best case scenario.
there's some explanation I'm missing.
And
most
seeing
people
how women are
it's not
losing more
what I
Bruh, here I am, bedrotting away, and I come across this young woman telling everybody and their mother on TikTok that she will be moving away for a man that she only met once. I thought, dang, she's gonna be a new 90 Day Fiancé couple, but no, this lady is doing it for the love of the game. 90 Day Fiancé wishes she didn't move to Afghanistan, because I'm sure they would be monetizing the motherload out of this. So who is this person I'm talking about? Alex is a 26-year-old lady who was born to a Jordanian father and an American mother. She works as a truck driver and uses get ready with me routines and vlog type of content. But one day she tells her followers she's got an e-visa and book a one-way ticket to Kabul, Afghanistan. And get this, she locked in the date for August 3rd, 2026. She literally booked it because people's reactions telling her it was a terrible idea. She's planning to move and relocate to live under a Taliban regime to be with this man. No man is worth that. She met him over Snapchat, who again, she only met once in IRL. The reactions are exactly what you would expect. People are genuinely worried about her, and the comments are filled with warnings and about there is no rights for a woman in Afghanistan, but instead of backing down, she doubled down and brushed it off. Like, girl, come on. So, like, how did it get to this point? Let's find out. To really understand why she's doing this, we need to look at how the relationship unfolded. On the day, July 2024, she meets her fiance through Snapchat, Wiz, an Afghan national. So driving all day means she has nothing but time to talk. She talks to him all day. So their emotional connections to each other grow super fast. So they decide to finally meet in December of 2024, and they see each other for the first time in IRL, but they didn't meet in Afghanistan, because remember, this is important. They met in Pakistan. They spent 12 days together, and literally not much longer than a week, they decided we should get married. But there was a huge problem. Originally, they were going to plan to get married, live together in the US. So when she came back to the States, she filed a US I-130 spousal petition to bring her husband over to the States. But unfortunately for them, it wasn't going to be that easy. The US Embassy in Kabul has been suspended all operation after the 2021 Taliban takeover. That means any Afghan citizen trying to get a US visa needs to travel to a third country just to get an interview. So, Alex and her husband spent thousands of dollars making trips to Tajikistan and Pakistan just for embassy interviews. Unfortunately for them, in the end, their petition gets geopolitical brick-walled between the extreme background checks, national security protocols, and heavy travel restrictions on Afghan nationals. The US government ultimately rejected the spousal visa. So, with Alex being told she couldn't bring her husband to the US, she decided the next best thing was to risk her safety. For her, if her husband couldn't come to her home, she'll just go to his. Yeah, big brain moved. So smart. So many people have shown genuine worry for her. But whenever people comment about the risk, Alex's defense mechanism goes to points her own identity. She herself claims that she isn't a typical Western woman moving to the Middle East blindly. She holds a dual US and Jordanian citizenship because she was born to a Jordanian father and her American mother. She also says that she was raised in Jordan until she was 5. Then she moved to the US.
I am a dual So I have citizenship in America because I was born here, and I also have citizenship in Jordan. So we don't know if maybe like we could start an immigration process in Jordan.
She genuinely believes that her half Jordanian heritage and her religion will act like a cultural shield that will let her smoothly adapt to Kabul. But this is exactly where her logic completely fails. There is a massive difference between Jordan and Taliban-controlled country like Afghanistan. Saying you'll be fine just because you're half Jordanian is like you can handle the dangerous parts of Chicago. It's not the same thing.
So I really like this comment because it reminded me of a time when I went to Chicago with friends. We took the wrong exit and we were immediately pulled over by police, and we were told to leave the area because it was too dangerous. So yeah, do what you will with that info.
You're American. You lived in the U.S. You know the culture in the U.S. Just because this is gonna be a cultural shock. It's gonna be a rude awakening. Oh my god, I'm just yapping. Since taking back power, the Taliban has systematically erased women from public life. The United Nations has literally called it a state gender apartheid. Women are banned from universities, they are banned from working, they are forbidden from stepping foot in public parks and public baths and gyms. So I'm not sure how Alex thinks she's going to be hitting the gym with Wiz Auntie.
His aunt goes to the gym, and I really like going to the gym. I just don't have like a whole lot of time with my job. So I'll probably go with her.
She keeps trying to minimize the regime's restrictions, claiming that her husband's auntie goes to the local women's gym all the time, and that she'll be enjoying the traditional Afghan food and respecting local customs. But like literally all the things that she probably mentioned are probably secretive and underground. It's not something that's public and normalized. Delusion just keeps on going. She posted TikTok showing that she's packing for her new Afghan in-laws alongside with basic necessities. She's packing tubes of lipstick. I think it's pretty funny. Also, she talks about her loving Bath and Body Works products. But when she's Afghanistan, her favorite lotions is going to be in there because it's a heavily sanctioned country. The massive backlash against Alex Sunny wasn't just aimless internet trolling. Well, some of it is, but it really sparked an important discussion. So, what the term that is brought up is American exceptionalism. In plain definition, it is deeply ingrained in total subconscious belief that the Western's blue passport and their social media status or their US citizenship gives them some kind of invisible shield. And it's that delusion that you come from a global superpower. Foreign regimes or local extremist laws won't apply to you. Alex seems to operate under these assumptions that if anything goes crazy, she can just pull out her American passport, call the embassy, flight back to Kentucky, and call it a day. But history is literally filled with terrifying, devastating stories about the women who thought their citizenship made them untouchable, only to find out that once you cross those certain borders, you are 100% subjected to the absolute patriarchal control of those local laws. The horrific case of Kansu Badur, a Turkish citizen who went to Kabul just a couple of years ago. Badur didn't even move there for love. She went there to settle a financial dispute with her Afghan ex-husband's family. Because they owed her family thousands of dollars, the second she arrived to their house, her ex-husband held her hostage by taking away her Turkish ID card and stole her passport and basically locked her up in a room. She endured a whole year of physical abuse and captivity and forced pregnancy. Every single appeal she tried to make to local authorities failed because, under their laws, her husband possessed total ownership over her. It wasn't until She and her brother managed to secretly smuggle a plea for help onto social media that a high-profile international rescue operation finally got her out. We can also look at Sylvia Yasmina, who also recently rescued after enduring 12 tormenting years confined in the Peshwana prison. I'm sorry for the pronunciation. These cases highlight terrifying reality in society where women have zero freedom. A husband and his family has absolute power. If a spouse decides to take your passport, lock you indoors, cut your phone, and now you have zero options. No language skills to help you, and no functional US embassy on ground to come and save you. Because of this whole Alex Sunny saga and how it just blew up so fast, when you're looking at the surface, you just think, oh my god, it's a 90-day fiance dupe. But you think, is this really a naive love story, or is there something way more sinister going on? Right now, the internet is split up into 4 main theories. The genuine romantic. The first theory takes with Alex just completely face value. It says that she is a young woman who fell in love so madly over an app through Snapchat, found herself a husband, and that the US immigration laws totally blocked her true love. So, love conquers all. Scenario, she's completely uprooted her life, sacrificing her basic human rights because she values her marriage over her safety. The second theory, the Ragebait engagement. So, it's basically the name of the theory. This whole account is just internet theater, and that her account gained explosive popularity overnight by targeting a very incredibly controversial topic. So, in creator economy, rage baiting basically just post stuff that makes people mad, shocked, by generating thousands of outrage stitches and millions of hate watches. She's maximizing the algorithm, cashing out heavily on creator monetizing funds with absolutely no intentions to ever move to Afghanistan. But I feel like this one isn't really it, because she did disable her account. So, like, if she's more for the money, then she would have not done that. So I think theory 2 is not it. Now, the third one is pretty interesting, because there has been a trend with influencers going to Afghanistan, like travel influencers going to Afghanistan and having the Taliban being like partnered up with them and all that crap. And it's the Taliban PR initiative. This one is a darker theory, and it's the Taliban using social media by inviting Western travel bloggers to film highly romanticized tours of Afghanistan to make the country look more peaceful and normal to the Western world. So when Alex claims that in her videos that things aren't that bad as the media says, by asserting that women still go to local gyms, people think that her content might be coordinated efforts to soften the regime global image. The fourth theory is the connected insider. So this will address why she feels incredibly safe to go to Afghanistan. As an American woman, to feel totally secure moving to Kabul right now, people are thinking that maybe her husband's family aren't average citizens. So this theory suggests that her spouse or immediate relatives hold high-ranking or powerful positions within the Taliban forces. If her in-laws are part of the ruling class, Alex might actually get a highly privileged bubble of safety while the rest of the oppressed women are strictly denied. But I don't think that's it either. So out of all the theories, I think it's theory number 1, the genuine romantic. I believe that because of her travel, like long haul truck drives and being alone for long hours of time, that when she met Juez, she was basically practically love bombed. And that's what I believe happened. And that she fell in love with him, genuinely fell in love with him, and wanted a life with him. No matter what kind of life, she believes that any life with him is the best for her. No matter what conditions that she will face, she believes that in the end, love conquers all. For right now, what is happening right now after all this, Alex Sunny recently gone quiet. The comment sections of her videos aren't there. Her profile is deactivated, and she mostly stopped responding to questions. So, as much as we wish there could be elaborate rage bait, she successfully pulled it off, but I don't think that's what it is. So, as the date of no return locked in for August 3rd, 2026, we are just waiting on what's going to happen next. But the problem is that many people may not understand is even after August 3rd, we may not hear from her unless she decides not to go through it. Because unless she's going to get those travel vlogger influencer tours that the Taliban invites people over, which I do not think is going to happen, we will just not be hearing from her, unfortunately. When she boards that flight, she officially steps out of the online world. She's gonna see an unforgiving landscape. Only time will tell if this story ends in a quiet realization or a devastating online headline. So, what do you think the real story is about Alex? Do you guys think it's genuine love, a dangerous delusion, or is it just pure internet rage bait? Let me know what your theories are. Make sure to go ahead and pretty please hit that subscribe button and maybe like the video. I will work really hard on it. And maybe if you guys have any other information that I may have missed, I'll be interested to hear it. That's all. Bye!